More Than the Birds by Stacy Lela. When Marcus walked into the room, the exam was well on the way. His two hands were flying free, only a pen tucked into his shirt pocket. Anybody have paper? He blared. Mr. Moore, you cannot disrupt the class in that manner. Marcus turned toward the door. He didn't have time for no embarrassmenting. Here, look. Marva lifted two blank sheets above her head. He took them and made his way to the last empty seat in the room. He dragged the metal furniture across the terrazzo floor like he wanted to write in the stone. Stubbs hurtled across the room. He grinned and extended the noise. He could have done it quietly, but nah. The question paper was congested with words that probably would make sense given dire sweat and tears. It was too much. He listened to murmurs in the distance. The kiskadee on the cage window belched notes that he could write down, but none were the answers to this test. He watched Nicole. She was writing at a steady pace. Switched to pencil, erased, switched back to pen, hit the liquid paper on her palm, smeared it on a word. They say she was bright anyway. Two blackbirds fought feverishly on the grass for an end of barra, like it was the last thing to eat on earth. He hadn't eaten. He thought he would survive on a glass of water till lunchtime. It had expired. His stomach growled. He shifted his weight on the chair and pushed the question paper away. This was real shit, he thought. He could talk and write already. Who need a piece of paper with confuffled words to tell him that he good for life? What them know about life? His stomach growled louder. He pushed the desk and shups. The teacher's eyes glanced sideways at him. He bent his head and pretended to write. Marcus, he inscribed. The God. It took some effort as it was a ballpoint pen on metal. Was, he continued. Here! Exclamation mark. He sat back and watched his artwork. Well, how else would they know that he was here? And it's better to tell him who exactly he was. The God. If they didn't know, now they know. The teacher glanced at him again. He pulled the blank paper toward him and drew black ticks on the page. Birds in flight. He should start now. Section 1A. He watched how unevenly the legs of the table were soldered onto the tabletop. He wondered if the same person had done the chair. He tilted his body to see the chair. The person probably got tired. He could understand that. Monotony was his enemy. It materialized the same teachers talking in his head about their subject, its most important subject, about the same know-it-all children answering all the same questions, the same asshole fellas that just want to come around him, the same girls that just feel like they're better than him because he don't have money to buy doubles for them. He wrote the word birds on the paper. Time is up, the teacher called. So soon, he thought. He thought he would have time to at least answer one question. But whatever. The teacher came around. She perched over his desk. Nothing, Mr. Moore? She asked. Look a word there. Birds? Yeah, miss, is something. He sat back on the chair and laughed. That's the only word he know, miss, cackled Nicole. Hush! He stopped himself. She and he was no friend. Well, at least write your name, the teacher noted. What sense that make, miss? She looked at him and talked real truth, so that they would know that you were here. He raised his hands in surrender and scribbled his name on the paper above the birds. Midway through his last name, the ink went blank. He scratched the pen on the paper, scratched some more. The teacher handed him her pen. He ended his name with a distinct full stop. The teacher picked it up and examined it. Marcus Moore, she read, then looked at him. You are worth more than the birds.